Hey there, did you see this year's Christmas commercial for Coca-Cola? The one made entirely with AI? The reception to it online has not been kind, at least not among artists and creative people. A lot of us are not thrilled about corporations using AI instead of hiring humans to make beautiful things. Now, I'm not going to show you the ad here. You can easily find it online and watch it if you haven't already. Instead, I'm going to show myself painting a simple Christmas painting on a cardboard box to decorate my apartment with for the holidays. But I am actually a professional animator, and I did want to talk about this ad a little bit. So chill out with me and stick around. Now, this is actually the second year in a row that Coke has gone with an AI animated Christmas ad. I said up top that the reception to the Coke ad has not been very positive, but that's probably not entirely true. I think probably you can split the audience into two halves. There are those who don't notice and don't care that the animation is not great, that there are all kinds of weird stylistic inconsistencies, no real storytelling, and a few logical glitches. This large group of people are just seeing a thing that looks a lot like another thing they've seen before and liked, and they come away feeling roughly what they felt the last time they saw an ad like this. A warm and fuzzy Christmas feeling and a mysterious hankering for some ice-cold Coca-Cola. But then another large group of people see the ad, and for them it feels like a nightmarish, corrupt and soulless copy. They know they're being served slop, and they're angry about it. Is nothing sacred anymore? Not even a giant corporation's Christmas ad? But I think what's maybe most interesting for me to talk about as a designer and animator are the claims Coca-Cola made about this whole enterprise. I think it's kind of fascinating. According to the Wall Street Journal, Coca-Cola declined to comment on how much they spent on the making of this ad. But, by the way, when I finished that painting, I decided to make Christmas cards on sort of the same motif. So that's what's going on here. Anyway, Coca-Cola did say that about 100 people were involved in the project, which is similar to the headcount on human-made versions of the ad in years past. But they said that the old ads used to take around a year to make, whereas this new AI version takes about a month of production time. First of all, I would question whether you really need 12 months to finish a great 1-minute long Coke ad if you have 100 artists working on it. But okay, it's certainly true that in animation you could spend any amount of time refining and improving things. And those ads did used to be kind of on the bleeding edge of what was possible for TV animation. But as part of their statements about the new AI ad, they said that the team of 100 people included 5 AI specialists who contributed by prompting and refining more than 70,000 AI video clips. This is sort of mystifying to me. If only 5 people did the AI stuff, what did the other 95 people do? But the most interesting thing here is to claim that they prompted and refined more than 70,000 AI video clips. I'm not sure what's meant by refining. Are we talking about retouching the footage to cover up the most egregious problems? Or are we just talking about refining prompts, basically re-prompting and re-prompting and re-prompting until something acceptable came out? Either way, for a process that's being hailed by corporations as being extremely efficient, it sounds unbelievably inefficient. Let's do some math here. In 1 month, they prompt, at a minimum, 70,000 times. I say at a minimum because it's unclear whether the refining is on top of that somehow, but let's go with 70,000 prompts in 1 month. So if I did a thing 70,000 times in 1 month, I would have, let's see, 30 days is 720 hours. 720 hours is 43,200 minutes. 43,200 minutes is 2,592,000 seconds. And then we take 2,592,000 seconds and divide it by 70,000 prompts. That's 37 seconds per prompt. Or at least this is what I got presented with when I asked AI to do the math on all this. And we all trust AI blindly, right? So 37 seconds per prompt, if I did this prompting continuously, day and night with no breaks. Which I suppose is possible if 5 people were doing this. Except in 37 seconds, they have to actually write the prompt, and then the AI has to interpret the prompt and render a video clip, presumably in 4K or whatever. And then in that same 37 seconds, these people, whether it's 5 people or all 100 of them, have to evaluate this output and decide together how they want to refine the rendered clip. And then somehow they also have to work out how this all gets edited together into a coherent little film, to the degree that the ad is coherent. Another way to put that is that this team of people have to make decisions about which 69,980 clips or whatever out of the 70,000 should end up being ditched from the final edit. To me, it sounds like trying to build a skyscraper by employing a really amazing machine that throws thousands of bricks or pours gallons and gallons of concrete into various shapes, and then trying to refine that output into the approximate shape of a building by discarding 99% of what the machine makes, or 99.99% of what the machine makes. Sure, you would drown your whole city in concrete, but just imagine how efficient this all is. Anyway, I guess this math just makes me a little skeptical about exactly how this thing came together. It sounds like there may be some refining in the storytelling of just how efficiently this ad was produced. There is often a lot of smoke and mirrors involved in these AI projects. I remember seeing a design project executed by a very famous boutique design agency maybe 2 years ago or something, and they proudly touted that they had used AI to do it. They received quite a bit of press for the project as a result. I'm not going to call out this agency because I have nothing against them. In fact, they do great work. But I immediately felt that their story of how the project was designed seemed fishy. I suspect that they may have used some generative AI thing to basically come up with a bunch of weird, unusable sketches of things, and then felt loosely inspired by that wildness, and then went ahead and did proper design work by hand before claiming that they used advanced AI technology to create the design. And by proclaiming the use of AI, they get a ton of press for their client, but also for their agency, basically making everyone think, wow, this agency is leading the way on AI, they are really ahead of the curve. I suspect this helps bring in clients and maybe also investors. By the way, here are all the cards I had painted up until this point, laid out on my MIDI keyboard, which is what a MIDI keyboard is for, mostly, collecting dust and various scraps of art you make. And then I decided to turn this into a little animation, because why not? It was never meant to be, but, it's just fun. Anyway, I don't doubt that the COCA-COLA project was all AI. That's really quite evident in the results. But I'm not totally sure the process was quite as amazingly easy as they want you to believe. I'm not convinced this is the future of filmmaking. It seems like a backwards way of doing it. I suspect that the 2 AI studios that were involved in the project are pretty happy that they get some press for having produced it, and maybe the ad is as much an ad for them as it is an ad for Coca-Cola. And maybe money changes hands in weird directions behind the scenes. I don't know. I'm not making any claims. I'm just a dumb guy on the internet wearing a hat. And everything I say is very much alleged and not at all my opinion. I guess in the end, whatever actually goes on behind the scenes, one would have to believe that making this AI ad on some level, in some way, is cheaper than making it the old way. And that'll presumably become more and more true. But I would argue that you could certainly make a really nice, really cool ad for Coca-Cola in an old-fashioned human way for a lot less money than what this AI monstrosity ended up costing. There are a lot of really great, incredible indie animators out there who make things with a lot of heart and a lot of humanity. And those people are available for commercial projects. And they could make something really cool. Maybe not a shiny 3D thing necessarily, although even that I think they could do, but maybe something really, really human and really, really beautiful with love in it. And it would cost less. I'm just saying. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say about it. Thanks for watching a video of me making triangles with white paint on it that looks like whiteout, kind of. You know, just having some fun with art supplies, like a human does. Happy holidays. I'll see you again soon.